Alright, hello y'all. Welcome back to Dark Souls 2. The first sin. So, today we're going to be moving through the Forest of Fallen Giants. Now, one quick note before I get started. Dark Souls 2 works differently than the other games, and you can perma-despawn enemies after killing them around 10 times. So for the first portion of the playthrough, like probably till, I want to say, Grave of Saints or the Gutter, I'm going to be off-screen clearing areas until I'm comfortable with my level and build. And that's the reason I'm not streaming these yet, is because I don't want to waste time just clearing enemies out over and over again. So I'm going to be off-screen clearing enemies out and then going through the areas once all the enemies are gone. So I got rid of all the enemies except for the ogre because I'm not fucking with that. So I'm just going to go through the areas and pick up all the items. So there is Soul of the Lost Undead down here. And up here there's normally 9 enemies, all playing dead. Got rid of them. It's a Green Blossom. Broken Straight Sword. Broken Straight Sword again. Human Effigy. And a Life Gem. I think that's it for this area right here. There is normally an item over there. I already jumped over and got it. And I believe there's items up here too. Yes. It's a nameless soldier. I don't think there's... I just need to check, but I don't think there's another item up here. Although, yeah, there is. I knew it. This is Short Sword and Soul of the Lost Undead. And then we have to take the ladder back down because fall damage in this game can be quite brutal. Alright. And then normally there's one enemy right here, and then 3 enemies in this room. And then there will be 2 enemies in here. And then there will be an enemy at the top of these stairs, another one to the right, and then one standing on a branch throwing firebombs. And then clear this guy out. There's a Witching Urn, which is basically a more powerful firebomb. And then there's a bonfire in here. And then there's a merchant right here that we're gonna buy stuff from.
Anything. Oh, come now, help.
Now we'll buy a Leningrass key. And a fragrant branch of yore. And then we'll also buy a firebomb. Just one. We only need one. And you'll see why. And then talking to her, she'll reward us with a ring.
Take these.
and that'll be useful for farming souls. So I'm gonna put that on for now. And then we have to keep talking to her.
I mean, you're strange. Well, we get as strangers these days. Dranglegs been up a pile of rubble since the war, in the jungle. Seemed like the poor folk are a swamp. You may trample. They say from each carcass sprout. Do you know what they are? It's high time that of a bud. It's high of a lonely.
I'm sorry. I was just daydreaming, I think. My name is Kale. I'm a traveler, like yourself. I'm navigating the continent to create a map. Why cartography, you ask? Well, that's a good question. When I first came to this forsaken land, it was... a curse? Something about a curse? How embarrassing. I seem to have lost my focus. But I do know one thing for certain. I have always been very fond of maps.
Okay, guys, I literally just realized that my mic was muted for the first... How long have I been doing this? Like, almost 10 minutes. My mic has been muted this entire fucking time, but, what I did was, like, I cleared out the entirety of the Forest of Fallen Giants, and now we're going through collecting the items before we fight the boss, so it's literally... I'm an idiot.
I came to this land some time ago. Drangleic, the Lost Kingdom. It sounded so romantic. Have you seen Majula? Oh, there's a rather spacious mansion there. I've made it my temporary home. Well, as something of a squatter, I'm afraid. Inside the mansion, I found a strange map, like none I'd ever seen. I believe that it's a map of Drangleic. Now I'm traveling the land to prove it. Yes, that's it. That's why I came to the kingdom. Wait, no, that wasn't it. Then what? I don't seem to recall.
Yeah, the NPCs in this game have really long strings of dialogue.
Wonderful.
Nah, I'm gonna skip through it. He gives us the house key, though.
Incredible. Oh, I would not. I can't be something. I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, Dark Souls 2, you have to engage in dialogue with these NPCs a fuck ton. Like, a lot more than you did in Dark Souls 1, and a lot more than you have to in later Souls games. I don't know why they gave these NPCs so much rambling dialogue. Now that we're done talking to him, there is an item down here that we can grab. It's just a torch, but it's going to be helpful later. Oh my god. Oops. Okay, yeah. There's an item over there that I'm trying to get to. I'm being an idiot, though. Jump over here. Oh, you're still spawning. I thought I cleared you. Thought I cleared you out. But there is... This is just a Titanite shard. Then you can't get through there for now, I don't believe. Actually, I'm pretty sure you can't open that gate at all. Like... Alright, and then up here, There will be an old ironclad soldier right here. And then an archer right here. And up here, Dark Souls 2 does something cool, and they'll have like, there's a boss in the game called the Pursuer, and he can actually show up way earlier than usual, and he'll show up here. And I already did it, but so he's not showing up now. But like, he'll show up here when you're not leveled up nearly enough to fight him, and then, I mean, you can still beat him right here, and it'll give you the boss rewards and shit, but I usually just don't do it because I don't care enough to do it. But he'll never come back if you like leave or die to him. He'll never come back here. But there's all these items, one of which is an Estus Flask Shard, which will be very, very useful. And then there will be 2 hollows down here. Oh, and I should mention, this hole in the wall right here, there will be a bunch of these black barrels next to it. You can throw a firebomb at them and it'll blow that hole in the wall. That hole isn't usually there, you have to blow it up. Alright. So in this hole right here, there'll be like, I believe 5 hollows in here. And 3 of them will be at ballistas, and they'll shoot you. So be careful of that. Oops. There's a great soul arrow, a large soul of lost undead, and a blue wooden shield, which I believe is better than the shield I currently have on. Alright, and then behind this, there's an area down here we can go into. This chest is trapped, so we gotta roll away from it as soon as I open it. And then the item inside is just a Titanite shard. And then this is why we bought the Pharaoh's Lockstone. We can put the Lockstone in here, and then attack the face that is on this wall. And there's a bunch of chests in here. I'm saying a bunch, but there's only 2. This one has a Titanite slab in it, which we will need. Actually, I don't think we'll need it for the ultimate weapon that I'm getting. But, and then this one is a Chloranthy ring. I'll put that on for now. It's just faster stamina regen. Alright. And then, is there anything in this room? I forget. I think there's there's a chest in here. With a life ring and a large Titanite shard, we will also want to put that life ring on immediately for now, because it'll increase max HP. Right, and then over this way, this is Pate. So he's basically this game's version of Patches.
Well, I see you managed to escape. I wanted to warn you of the trap down the way. My name is Pate. I journey hither and thither on a sort of... Be careful out there.
So yeah, this is a trap right here. You can walk past this gate and it'll shut behind you. I've already done it because I was clearing out enemies, but... And then he'll give us a white sign soapstone.
To call out for with luck. Good to see. Good to see.
Okay. Alright, and then the ambush that is trapping, I don't know. The ambush that I'm talking about, well, the trap that I'm talking about is an ambush. So if you go through that gate, there's another way to get there. It's up this way. But if you go through that gate, there will be 5 enemies in this corridor here. And there's an aromatic ooze right there, which is basically magic buff on your weapon. I believe there's also another item over here. Is there? Or no? Am I being dumb? Oh no, I'm thinking of the wrong thing. But yeah, this is the trap in here. There's an item behind the stair right here. It's green blossom. And then through this way, there will be 2 hollows up there throwing fire bombs down. And then in here, there will be a hollow leaning against this wall and 2 hollows attacking this tree. And then behind the tree is a large soul of a lost undead. Okay. And then I believe there's a secret wall somewhere around here. Secret walls are kind of weird in Dark Souls 2. So, I gotta fucking find it now. I think it might be right there. Maybe not. God damn it. I know there's a hidden wall somewhere here. I just can't seem to remember for the life of me where it is. Hang on, I'm gonna pause the recording and fucking start again when I find the damn wall. Okay, so the wall is right here in this ambush area I was telling you about. There's a chest in here that has an amber herb and a sorcerer's staff. Doesn't really do much of anything right now because I don't have attunement slots yet. And I'm only going to be using one spell at all. So anyway, so... Alright, so now we're going to go to that building opposite where I was just standing. This has a light crossbow. And then down here will be the enemies that are throwing fire bombs at you. And in this chest, it's a mail breaker and an infantry helm. And then there's also another thing up there. And then you'll see a shadow right here. There's a hidden enemy right here. You can just kill it. It won't respawn after you do that, but it'll give you smooth and silky stone. And then there is an item right there you have to jump to. It is Soul of the Nameless Soldier and a torch. Then I believe we got a better infantry helm. Yeah, we can wear that. It's not the hollow version, it's the better kind. Alright, and then there's an arch down here. And then there will be two hollows right here. An old ironclad soldier in this corner. There's two amber herbs right there. And then walking up this huge sword, you'll be ambushed by like 4 hollows that'll drop down right there. And at the end of the sword is a halberd and a Soul of the Nameless Soldier. And then there's also an item at the top of these stairs over here. This is a life gem and a homeward bone. Then in here, in this room right here, there'll be a hollow leaning against the wall there. And then down here is a large leather shield and a life gem. And that shield is actually, we can replace that. Alright, and then the corpse right here has 10 fire arrows. Alright, and then down this lift is where the boss is. So I'm going to go rest at the bonfire real quick and restore my humanity, because we are going to summon for this fight. In Dark Souls 2, we're going to summon for pretty much every fight because it relates to NPC quest lines. So use a human effigy to restore humanity, and then rest at the bonfire.
This is a reminder. Take pills.
Fuck you, Alexa. I'll take my pills later tonight. Alright. And there will be 2 summon signs here. We're not going to summon Pate, but we're going to summon Sellsword Luet. Pate will just make it harder, and we don't need to summon him for anything. But Sellsword Luet is going to be helpful. So through this door, through this fog gate is the last giant. He's the first boss. And this guy will become important again later in the game as well. Now this guy's pretty easy. You just have to watch out for attacks mainly like that. Hey, Luet, you dumbass. He's just standing there letting him do it. Pretty much, you just let Luet distract him, and you stay behind him, avoiding his foot stomps, of course, but... he does have, like, somewhat of phase 2. He's gonna rip his arm off for a range buff eventually. Yeah, there he goes. And then it gets hard to dodge his attacks when he does that, because ADP, you're basically fucked no matter what if you have low ADP, which you do at this point of the game. I'm only level 14 right now. Okay, I got greedy there. He is one shot. What are you doing, Luet? Just fucking poke him. He was literally at 1 HP. Yeah, not a hard boss. You get Solve-A-Lot, the last giant, and the soldier key. And then I believe the soldier key opens up this door over here. Don't know why Pate's sign is still down. Oh no, it doesn't open that. I think it opens the door to the pursuer, if I'm right. But now we can go back to Majula and spend all these goddamn souls. I'm not gonna start live streaming, like I said earlier. I'm not gonna start live streaming the game until we get past the point where I don't have to fucking clear out the levels, because the levels in Dark Souls 2 are cancerous at lower levels. But now we're gonna go back to Majula. And then Merchant Melentia has moved over here. And then Molin, or however the fuck you say his name, he's the merchant in here. We're gonna buy...
Welcome to my shop. I'm Morlin, and I sell armor. Oh, sorry, Please do have a look at my wares. I could really use the business, if you'd be so kind.
We're gonna buy the hard leather boots from him. And we're only buying these because we need to spend at least 1,000 souls for him to update his inventory through the game.
Thanks very much.
Alright, and then into the house that Kale mentioned. And in this back room, gonna be a Pharaoh's Lockstone. There's a chest in here with 3 Titanite shards and 3 torches. What is making that fucking noise? Oh, it's those little shits. Alright, and then we can go down these stairs. And down these stairs, and basically this thing is a map of Drangleic. Then yeah, I thought that was a chest too, but down these stairs there's a skeleton. More difficult than the last giant. Alright, and then there's an Estus Flask shard right here. And then there's also Soul Vessel, which is what allows us to respec. Is it in this chest? I don't remember. Yeah, it's in here. And I might respec if I mess up my stats, I don't know. But now, we can also do something else. We can go over to Lenegrast, because we got his key from Melentia, or whatever, I forget her name. And we can open his shack. And then he won't set up till we leave and come back, so I'm just gonna warp to the things betwixt real quick and then come back. Is in here. There's a chest right here. Believe this has a crossbow. Oh no, a short bow. And then we have to spend 8,000 souls on reinforcing.
Stand the names, and you are the man not
Now I'm going to upgrade my hand axe to +3. Let's also upgrade the old ironclad armor a bit.
Rat, don't spend your...
Okay, we still haven't spent enough. I'm gonna need more Titanite shards.
You'll need, I know, don't waste... Equip my gun. Now, even you. Rat, don't... You'll need, don't... Equip my... Now, even you.
Yes, I know.
Rat, don't... You'll need so... I don't waste...
Yeah, I know, but I gotta reinforce something else. I still haven't spent enough yet, so I still need to... I don't know how much I've spent already.
I'll be around.
First I'm gonna level up. Oh wait, I gotta do that, the Emerald Herald and being done.
Is that a shot? Here, to see luck. However,
I'm also gonna give her my Estus Flask shards. And then I'm gonna use all my soul chunks. And I'm the soul of the last giant. The weapon, I don't care. It's not gonna give me something worth using.
there, seek, lest this land.
Alright, and then I am going to raise Vit to 10, Strength to 26, Dex to 20, and Int and Faith to 10. Alright, and then I'm going to replace the hand axe with Bastard Sword. Let's see if I can...
you.
Dude, I need the fucking... He gives you a weapon if you spend 8,000 souls. And then we're also going to equip some heavier armor. Yeah, that's gonna leave me fat rolling. That's higher defense at least.
What?
I don't have any titanite shards to reinforce anything with, so come back later, I guess, for the... He gives you the blacksmith's hammer if you spend 8,000 souls. But... Alright, next area. So the next area will be down through here. And now we're in Hyde's Tower of Flame. Alright, so these guys, these are the Hyde Knights. They're docile for now. And these guys aren't, though. These are the old knights. Alright, and then there's a bonfire right down here. Alright, how long is this going on for? This is like 20 minutes. So, probably gonna break the episode right here. I think I'll break them between areas, probably. 'Cause I feel like that's the best thing to do. So, yeah, done here for now.